Okay, hey. How's everybody doing today? It's a Saturday afternoon. Vibes are high. Vibes are pretty good. I'm currently waiting on this Nuggets versus Spurs game to start up. It should be a great one, man. It looks like everybody's playing. Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic versus Wemby and all their guards. I haven't watched the Spurs game in a minute. I'm really excited for this one. I was going to go to a baseball game today, but I was like, nope. Spurs Nuggets at 3 o'clock. Can't wait to deprive myself, man. But how are y'all doing? It's been a little while since I last posted on this channel, at least. I finished my project on the other channel. I'm going to post at the end of the video if you want to see, or in the description. You can go look at that tier list. NBA all-time logos tier list. It's a good one. Go check it out. But today we've got another Jimmy High Roller video. This MVP race makes no sense. Now, the MVP race, hold on, when did this video come out? 3 days ago. A lot has changed over the last 3 days with Luka's hamstring injury. So this is this is gonna be from the perspective of a few days ago, because Luka can't get any awards anymore. He only plays 64 games. That 65 game rule will not be making it past this season. I don't think he was gonna win it anyway, but that just sucks, dude. The Lakers, I was so high on the Lakers going into the playoffs. That fucking Thunder game killed all the momentum. Let's start up the recording. But that Thunder game killed everything, all the stock the Lakers had going into the playoffs. They looked so good. Luka, he is a candidate for the worst legs in the NBA right now. He's an under the radar candidate, but every April, his fucking knees give out. I don't know if y'all recognize that or not, but every game he'll be holding his knees. Something's always wrong. It's like clockwork, and he's probably gonna be out for the start of the playoffs. So let's start this shit up.
I've got a question. Is a
SGA's MVP right now.
30-point triple-double worthy of an MVP?
But it's really close.
What about a player having one of the greatest defensive seasons of all time?
I don't think Wemby's really a
points,
candidate.
who put up 40 a game for an
It
entire
was really the
month?
top three.
Is he worthy of the award? Or what about a player who is having the most efficient 30-piece in the history of the NBA, on his way to 65 wins? Now, the answer
Are they
is
on
pretty
pace for
simple.
65
All of
though?
these seasons are worthy of an MVP.
I know they had all that hype coming into the season because they only lost like 2 games and they started losing. So I just forgot about it.
Being made and only one award. Who should be the NBA's most valuable player this season?
Luka
Well,
getting robbed
that
of
depends
MVP
on
every
who you
year.
ask
Not robbed, but
and
he
what they
plays.
value.
He plays at such a high level, and he's just never gonna win it. Never gonna have anything to show for it.
Today's video is
Yeah,
sponsored
that's
by
cool,
Chime,
man.
a financial app
Everybody
that helps
knows
you save
the
more.
Jimmy High Roller format.
There's nothing like exclusive
Okay.
access to unique experiences.
They're like, you're gonna watch an ad regardless, buddy. It's cold in here. I need to put a sweatshirt on. I need to put some real sleeves on. I'm rocking the Go Bear today. Utah Nation, stand up.
Winning the MVP usually means putting up numbers that jump off
I'm
the
excited
stat
for this
sheet. It's
video.
not the only thing that matters, but
Dude, I
big
get to watch
eye-popping
Wemby
box
and
scores
Jokic.
have almost become a
Who y'all think's
prerequisite
gonna
for
win
the
that
MVP
game?
award.
Nuggets
And right
versus
now, there's
Spurs.
2 players who don't just stand out this season; they stand out amongst every season. If
It's a big test for the Nuggets. Big test for both teams, honestly. Well, the Spurs have proved their force, but these Nuggets have been on fraud watch the entire season. They've been picking it up recently with these high-scoring games out of Jamal and crazy Jokic stat lines. Jokic, I think he's back, but not against competitive teams, though. Competitive teams, they've usually lost this year.
we just look at raw
That's
box
a big
score
game for
numbers,
them.
Jokic and Luka are gapping the entire league this season.
Look
Their
at these
numbers
stats.
have
Dude,
got
look at these stats. Hold on. Wemby's only averaging 24 points. 24 points in the MVP conversation in 2026. I don't know, Jim. I don't know. Everybody else is valid, though. The triple-double. Third player to average triple-double, right? I think they said second player, but I feel like Oscar Robertson did that a long time ago.
so absurd that they make Shea's 31, 4, and 7 look kind of normal. Add up their per-game points, rebounds, and assists, and Jokic and Luka are having 2 of the top 5 most productive seasons in modern NBA history.
All these
Jokic
modern players.
joining the 50 Club, an exclusive group that was previously only
There's
occupied
nobody
by
here
2017
that's not from the
MVP
last
Russell
10
Westbrook,
years.
2025 Jokic, and 2024 Luka. But if sheer numbers alone guaranteed a player an MVP, then Jokic would have won the award in 2025. And Luka would have won it in 2024. So
Facts. Good points. Good points.
2019, Luka again in 2023,
Where's SGA at?
and LeBron in 2018.
SGA nowhere to be
As
found.
box score numbers continue
He's
to
gonna
climb
win it
across the
back-to-back.
NBA, so does the frequency of these historically significant seasons. In fact, 17 of the last 20 most productive seasons in modern NBA history have all came in just the last 8 years.
Yeah, that's what I
Seasons
said.
like this, that were once not only warrant of
It's
an
a shame
MVP,
Giannis
but
got
were
cast out of the
historic
MVP
milestones, are now
conversation.
becoming an annual occasion for players like Jokic, Luka, and Giannis. And the more often we see these shockingly large numbers, the more the shock wears off. It wasn't long ago when averaging a triple-double all but guaranteed Russell Westbrook an MVP as a 6 seed. But in today's NBA,
They might actually give it to Jokic.
triple-double might not even land you in the top 3 spots for the MVP.
How is he below Wemby though? I don't understand that. They won this game today. Things are gonna change.
Unlike other superstars around the league who fill the stat sheet with historic volume, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander
Wemby's
has
definitely the
maintained
best
his
on the
spot
other
as
side of the
MVP
ball.
favorite with a season of
3 blocks per
record-breaking
game, dude.
efficiency and consistency, all while
so excited
spearheading
for
the
the
best team in
playoffs.
the league.
Luka
According
kinda
to
fucked that up,
ESPN's
but I'm
net
still
point
excited.
stat, Shai has only had 5 bad games all season. In fact, there has only been one season in the history of the league where a guard was more efficient than Shai at scoring the ball while averaging at least 30 a game. And it was by the greatest shooter of all time, having the greatest season of his career. But to say Shai has simply been efficient this season would be an understatement. So far this season, Shai is scoring 1.6 points every time he shoots the ball. That is the most points per shot by any volume scoring guard in the history of the NBA. 2026 Shai Gilgeous-Alexander isn't having one of the most
Yeah,
efficient
you'll never
seasons
catch
ever.
me hating on SGA like all these other guys are. You can call him a foul baiter, you can call him whatever you want. I think he's actually really good for the league.
Guard, he is having the most efficient season of
This
all
guy's just
time.
unstoppable.
Now, when stacked up against these three, Victor Wembanyama's numbers pale
I'll
in
take him
comparison.
over
A lot
the
of his value
2018
coming on the
Warriors every
defensive
day.
side of the ball,
Any
but I
day.
don't
I'll
think
take
you'll find any
Curry
never
OKC.
minds on the stat sheet. But Victor has been
Over
on a
the
minutes
2018
restriction all
Warriors.
year. If we standardize
Any
these
day,
numbers
dude.
on a per 75 basis,
Y'all just
then you
forgot
can
what it
really
was
see
like. At
just
least
how much
other
weight
teams
he's
have a chance.
impacting the game every time he's on the court. With box score numbers that match these other candidates, even as a player who doesn't face defense. However, earning the title as the most valuable player in basketball requires value that goes far beyond the box score. But even looking past the raw numbers doesn't make this decision any easier.
We put defense in the picture. The fat white dudes are out. They gone.
Who is the most valuable player this season? That depends on what you value. In terms of estimated plus minus, it is Shai, who not only
Oh, what is this? What does this stand for? EPM? Estimated plus minus. Ty Jerome. Why would, bro, Cleveland could have signed Ty Jerome back for like $10 million. And they chose Lonzo over him.
has a lead on the rest of the league. He has the 3rd highest single
That's
season
so embarrassing.
EPM of any player this century, only trailing 2019 MVP James Harden and 2016 MVP Steph Curry. If we look at crafted plus minus, it's Nikola Jokic who reigns as the best player in the league this season, followed by Wemby and Shai. And if we look
Bill
at
Watts,
daily
Cooper
plus
Flag
minus, it is
scored 50
Jokic
points
once again
today.
who tops the league with a sizable
bother.
lead on everyone else. If these all-in-one advanced metrics told us everything, Nikola Jokic would be walking away this season with his 4th MVP. Fortunately for the rest of the field, the value a player provides for his team cannot be boiled down to one simple number.
Oh, these are the impact stats. Oh, let me read. It's made it crafted plus minus. All these plus minus. No, I can't
According to
understand it.
preseason odds, here are the projected number of wins each team was expected to finish with this season. Now, these projections can be off for a
Wemby
number of
so
reasons.
low.
Teams dealing with injuries, unexpected
Actually,
leaps
no,
from
this is
young
pretty-
players, and of course the individual
expected.
impact
I
of
get
an
it.
MVP level player. Coming into the season, the Denver Nuggets were projected to win 54 games. Right now, they are on pace for about 52. The Thunder were projected to finish with about 63 wins.
A lot of injury there,
they're
too.
on pace to surpass by 2 wins. The Lakers were projected to win 47 games, and they're currently on pace for 53.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it is
Lake
the
Show.
Spurs who have completely blown away.
It's so sad what happened to the Lakers, dude. I can't believe
them
that.
winning 45 games this year. They're
I
currently
hope
on
LeBron
pace
can tap into
for
some kind of
62 wins,
like
exceeding projections by 17
former
wins.
version of
If you're
himself.
looking for who provides the most value, it might be the guy who's transformed the Spurs from playoff
Plus
hopefuls
17
into title
wins.
contenders. But looking at the MVP from
I don't
this
know. A lot of guys around Wemby have also showed up, taking a leap. I don't know if that's just Wemby. That's a little inflated there. I like looking at that stat, though. It's pretty
assigns
good.
individual value to team success.
He's bound to take
As
off
we all know,
eventually.
despite the
No, he's too young. He's too young to get
individual
that.
award, more
that
often than
stat.
not, the perception of a player's value is heavily
He was gonna
influenced
take a
by the
leap.
success of their team. After all, if you are truly the most valuable player in basketball, you should be elevating your team to title contention. But rather than looking at team success, let's look at the individual impact these players have on their team. Dunks and Threes has a metric called estimated wins that takes the quality of play from any given player plus the minutes they've played throughout the season to get the estimated number of wins they've contributed to their team's total. Our 4 MVP candidates being the top 4 players in the league this season in estimated wins with 13.8.
Where'd Ty Jerome go? Derek White. Whoa. Derek White MVP combo. Kawhi. I don't know why they aren't winning any games. I think they've stalled out, but
14.6.
Kawhi's having a
16,
crazy
and
season.
18.
They're pretty good with
Nikola
Darius
Jokic
Garland, too.
is solely
Don't
responsible
fuck around
for
upset.
a
No, we need
third of the
OKC
Nuggets
versus the
wins,
Clippers.
but it
I
is
might actually be able to root for the Clippers. That will be the first time I'd ever be able to root for the Clippers. OKC versus LA. We need that matchup.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who has contributed the
sick.
most wins to his team this season. But arguably the most accurate way to assess a player's value is to measure how well their team performs.
They
when
run
they're
into the
on
Spurs,
court
they might
versus
fuck around
when
and
they're
beat the
off court.
Spurs.
How much does a player's presence directly impact their team? Here are the top 30 players in the league this season and their team's net rating when they're off the court. From the Celtics, who are firing on all cylinders even without Jaylen Brown on the court this season, to the Jazz, who are on the verge of relegation without Lauri Markkanen on the court.
Relegation?
And now here's the effect
Hold on.
these stars have on
Jimmy, talk to us respectfully. The heck, relegation, Utah Jazz. We're just off right now. It's just off season, buddy. Next year is the year of the Utah Jazz.
cylinders, even
Talking
without
about
Jaylen Brown on the
relegation.
court
That's
this
so
season, to the
disrespectful.
Jazz, who are on the verge of relegation without Lauri Markkanen.
How we get all the way down there,
Now,
though?
here is the effect these stars have on their team when they're on the court. With the 4 most
we
impactful
still
players
lost.
in the league this season being Kawhi, Jokic, Giannis, and Wemby, with the highest
Wemby.
net on-off in the entire league of plus 17. This means the Spurs are 17 points
I'm
better
underrating
per
Wemby.
100 possessions with Wemby on the court. But this stat also reveals another key factor in the MVP race. We often judge a player's impact on how well their team is playing. This has been a point of contention with the MVP award for years. MVPs go to players on good teams with top seeds, and rightfully so. But what if a player has MVP level value, but they're on a bad team? With Bam
And Colin Knuppel in the mix. LaMelo. These players, hold on, they get worse with Brunson on the court. They get worse with Jaylen Brown on the court. Hold on. I don't know if I'm reading that right. They got worse.
Adebayo on the court, the Heat have a plus 7.8 net rating, one of the highest in the entire NBA. On-court impact, that is the difference between the Heat being
They
one
got
of the
worse with
worst teams
LeBron.
in the league
LeBron
and
is
merely
detrimental to the
10th
team.
seed. Same goes for Giannis and Kawhi. MVP caliber seasons stifled by injuries and teams that are absolutely lost without them. Purely looking at a team's results, like wins or seasons, ignores how great some of these players have to play just to keep their team competitive. With that being said, the MVP award has always valued turning good teams into great teams over turning bad teams into average teams. And with that being the case, here are our 4 MVP frontrunners and the impact they are having on their teams. If you're looking for a player who impacts the game more than anyone else while pushing their team into great territory, then that player is clearly Victor Wemby, who is head and shoulders above the rest of the league in terms of the impact his presence has on his team. Now, it's important to note that the on-off metric doesn't measure how well an individual player is playing, but rather how well a team is playing.
I'm surprised he's first.
While that
Jokic is usually
is on the court. So
the on and off merchant. That's always one of his main arguments for MVP.
A player's individual impact and how
Seems a player is coming to the league that has more impact than Jokic.
ESPN Analytics net point stat, and it divides credit and blame to each player on the court for every play of the game to measure the impact of each individual player. The higher the total net points, the more that player has contributed to their team's wins throughout the course of a season. In fact, the metric is so indicative of a player's value that ESPN literally calls it their MVP stat. For example, last year's 2 MVP finalists, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic, finished the 2025 season within 9 net points of each other. The next closest player was Tyrese Halliburton, with about half as many. If you want to know why last
regular
year's
season
MVP
Halliburton
was so
too.
historic and so close, well,
Dude, I miss Halliburton.
but this year, the results of an entire season of
Dude,
basketball.
I've been seeing a bunch of Pacers propaganda on my Twitter feed recently. It makes me so sad. They actually should have won that. Dude. That would have been the greatest documentary y'all have ever seen. We have ever seen. Pascal Siakam, that's another reason it was like Pascal's birthday. They were showing his accolades. He should have had 2 championships. Eastern Conference Finals MVP. We should be talking about Hall of Fame Siakam right now. He still might make it there, but that run was so crazy. That team was so crazy. Most entertaining finals ball we've seen in a minute.
You're looking at it.
I need to turn this down. I can't hear myself
The
talk.
entire season of basketball have turned out much different. There's no race in this MVP stat. There's no back and forth at the top of the leaderboard. There's no battle for the #1 spot. It's just one guy, way ahead of everyone else. Who is truly the most valuable player in the NBA? Well, that all depends
It's
on who
SGA,
you're
dude.
asking and what they value.
Making the case.
With just a couple weeks
Is
left
Jimmy
in the
actually
season,
gonna
the
pick the
MVP race
MVP
has
here?
become so close that there is no clear consensus on who the actual most valuable player in the league is. One source will say it's Luka, another will say it's Wemby,
It's not
and another
Luka.
will tell
It
you it's
wasn't
Shai.
Luka
According
regardless.
to Basketball Reference's MVP tracker, it is Nikola Jokic who has a firm grasp on the top spot with a 60% chance of winning the MVP.
Jokic,
Ask
the
fans
analytics
who they
merchant.
think should be the MVP, and you'll get a completely different answer. A couple weeks ago, NBA Central on Twitter asked fans, who is the NBA's most valuable player? The
Jaylen
options
Brown.
being Shai, Luka, Wemby, or Jaylen Brown. Within days, nearly 76,000 fans casted their votes, and running away with over 62% of all the votes as the clear winner was Luka Doncic. The
What the
result
fuck?
of a late season
Holy
surge by
recency
Luka, averaging
bias.
nearly 40 points a game for an entire month. And efforts
Or it's
that
like the result of them not even putting Jokic as an option.
prodded him up to second place on the MVP ladder. Unfortunately, it's not the fans who get to vote for this award, it's the media. And for them, there has been one clear-cut leader throughout the entire season.
Yeah, media
Recently,
loves
the
SGA
NBA
as well.
did its annual MVP
You're not
straw
wrong, though.
poll, a survey asking
I'm
a
the
panel
media.
of 100 media members who they think this season's MVP is. The results? Finishing in 5th was Luka Doncic, who received 0 first-place votes. In 4th was Victor Wembanyama. In 3rd was Cade Cunningham. In 2nd was Nikola Jokic.
Wait,
and
who's
with
missing?
a resounding 78
Wait,
of
who's-
the 100 first-place votes was
Oh,
Shai
okay,
Gilgeous-Alexander.
They just
Now,
squeezed
this
Cade in
poll
there.
was conducted back on February 20th, 2 full months before the end of the season. And a lot can and has changed over that time. But in 2025, the
Poor
same
Cade
media
not
straw
gonna be
poll was
eligible
conducted
neither.
around the same time. And they accurately picked the MVP last season. They also accurately picked the MVP in 2024, and in 2023, and in 2022, and in every single season since the introduction of this mid-season MVP poll in 2016. Over the course
this
of the
comes out
entire
2
season,
months before
9
the
different
MVP is
players have
actually
slid
picked, or
in and out
3 or
of the
4 months.
MVP leaderboard, from Luka and Cade to Brunson and Jaylen Brown. But the first half of the
Brunson.
season was all Nikola Jokic, dominating the #1 spot for 10
After Jokic
consecutive
got
weeks.
hurt, yeah,
It
that
wasn't
Jokic
until an
injury.
sidelined him for a month when Shai
That's enough. He
Gilgeous-Alexander
didn't even
snagged
leave the
top
fucking
spot and
polls
held
when he
on
got
to it in
injured.
what some people described as a runaway victory. At least it was.
That's so
until
unlucky.
last week, when for the first time in his young career, Victor
Hell
Wembanyama
no.
grabbed the top spot as the MVP
Should not
frontrunner.
be
The
MVP.
biggest catalyst in Victor's climb to the #1 spot, not necessarily being his
Defense.
play on the court, which has been strong and consistent throughout the entire season. It's what he said off the court.
Really?
Three
Wait,
arguments.
what was this?
My first one would
I
be
didn't
that
see this.
defense is 50% of the game, and that it is undervalued so far in the MVP race. I believe I'm the most impactful player defensively in the league. The second argument would be we almost swept OKC in the season, and we dominated them.
Oh my God! Hold on. Hold on.
Swept OKC in the season.
He's talking crazy, y'all.
My third argument would be that offense impact is not just sports.
This guy said we almost swept OKC on a fucking pitch for why he should be MVP. First of all, why are you pitching why you should be MVP? This guy is ridiculous. I can't wait to see Wemby in the playoffs. Wemby is like the most competitive player in the NBA. We've seen that in the All-Star game. We've seen that, like, he plays crazy over meaningless shit. And then talking like this on media, we almost swept OKC. Imagine OKC versus San Antonio in the playoffs, dog. Nah, we got some faces, bro. We got people after LeBron. Y'all was worried about who gonna be the face after LeBron. We got some faces. We got some demons in here. SGA, he's not really a media personality like this guy or Anthony Edwards is. But he's really good. He's really good at the game of basketball.
Immediately after this interview, Wemby's odds to
And
win
this
MVP shot
had that much impact on the odds?
to +225, pushing Luka into the third
Wow.
spot and turning this late season.
Wow, you gotta fake it till you make it, y'all. You gotta talk. If you want it, you gotta talk.
At least
Yo, because you don't want it enough. Start talking crazy.
if the
Start talking
MVP
crazy.
strictly went to the best player on the
Who
best
asked
team,
him to make a
then
pitch
the
for
same
himself?
reason
Who
he
asked
did
that
last season,
question?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would be crowned as the league's most valuable player. If the award went to the player who has the largest
I don't know. They
impact
almost
on his
swept
team,
it. He
then
said
Victor
almost.
Wembanyama would become the youngest MVP in the history of the league.
Oh my
If the
God, he's
award
so
was for the most
disrespectful.
dominant player in the league, Nikola Jokic would
I
be
can't
the
wait for that
all-time
game,
MVP
bro. 20 minutes
of the
until
season.
tip-off.
And if the fans
Y'all
had
gonna be
said,
there.
Luka Doncic would be walking away as the league's most valuable player. With 2 weeks left in the season, the MVP race has grown closer than it's ever been. And with 4 players who all have a legitimate case for the award, only one can earn the title as the NBA's most
I
valuable
never
player.
watched that interview. I just saw a couple of quotes. I didn't know he was talking that crazy. That's insane. That's insane. Wembanyama, okay. Yeah, fuck it. Wembanyama. Wembanyama MVP. I made my decision, y'all. The hell, I've seen enough. MVP race makes no sense from Jimmy Eyeroller. Entertaining video. Always lives up to hype expectations. Jimmy has like haters on Twitter. They talk about like, oh, he just brings up a bunch of random stats. I think it's like the video quality that really makes Jimmy High Roller like good. This is good shit. Nobody else is making videos like this or like of this quality, this level of entertainment. But that was good shit. Who do y'all think is the MVP? Tell me down in the comments below. I'll catch y'all in the next one.